So I'm sitting at my desk at work, working, doing actual work, not, you know, putzing around on the internet or anything, when suddenly, BAM! And then I hear Rita scream. Rita sits over there. Now, I'm thinking to myself, the hell was that noise? Does she have a large potted plant on a shelf in her cube that just fell over and landed on her desk, making the large noise? I don't remember one. So I yelled, "Are you okay, Rita?" And I stood up and I looked over to her cube and she was already on her feet. And I looked around and I didn't see anything that could have possibly made that noise. Well, to make a long story a little bit shorter, a bird flew into her window. And, well, okay, it's not really cutting the story short. She told me a bird flew into her window. I said, like the crows that we usually have that dance around on the ground and then see the reflection and go thump. Because that makes a thump noise, not BAM! This was a huge impact. So we looked outside the window and she says, it was a big bird. Like, it was an eagle. Yeah, an eagle. And I'm like, an eagle? Really? And I looked outside the window and sitting on the ground with one wing sticking out to the side, not tucked up on its back like it's supposed to, but outside was a hawk. Yeah. And I said, a hawk just flew into your window at Mach 7? I mean, what happened? And I craned out, looked at the window a little bit more, and I saw a dove with its head kind of turned on the wrong way, laying in the ground. So I think a dove was being pursued by a hawk and they both slammed into the window. Now, I only heard one slam, so I can only imagine that the hawk was alive because it used the dove as an airbag. The dove hit the window, and the hawk hit the dove. It got a beak full of pigeon butt, or dove butt, whatever kind of bird it was. And we called Game and Fish and two different animal organizations and said, "Do you guys do anything about this? Because the bird's alive, not going anywhere, just kind of sitting there looking around." And no, they don't. Yeah, but that poor hawk was knocked for a loop. It's like, got him! Totally got him! Maybe not exactly the way I planned, but the result is the same. My prey is dead. Unfortunately, so is the hawk. When I left work tonight, both birds were lying dead, so that's a shame. Welcome to day 6 of 13 Days of Horror. Today's movie I am cautiously excited about. It's a movie called I Saw the Devil. I honestly have no idea what the plot of this movie is. I imagine someone sees the devil at some point in the movie. It's directed by a person whose name I probably could not pronounce correctly, even if it was in front of me, because I've never looked into how the Korean phonics system works. But it's the same guy who did A Tale of Two Sisters. He had one of the segments in Three Extremes. He did, oh God, I think it's called The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. Something similar to that. So very interesting director. I don't know what the plot is, but I have heard really, really good things. People really seem to just love it. Oh man, did you see it's the bestest movie ever this year? It's the best. So, alright. I say I'm cautiously looking forward to this because sometimes I'm that guy. I'm that guy who doesn't like the thing that everybody else is going gaga over. Not always, but it's happened enough that when people are just moony over something, just absolutely, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hate it, aren't I? So, we shall see. Yes, yes, we shall. Back in a however many moments long this movie is. I saw no devil. I saw no devil at all. Did you see a devil, imaginary friend? Nope. Imaginary friend did not see a devil.
That's because there's no devil in this movie. It lies.
But it's a pretty good movie regardless. There's this guy played by a guy whose name I don't know and couldn't pronounce, but he's the same guy who plays the lead in Oldboy. That guy. He abducts people and butchers them. For no real good reason. I imagine he just has not been introduced to the joys of Nintendo. It's all serial killers need, really, is access to video games. They'd have better things to do, no doubt. Well, you see, when you kidnap and butcher people, their families don't take kindly to that, on average. I think the fiance of one of his victims really didn't take kindly to that, and has a particular set of skills. Skills that make him a nightmare for people like him. He will look for him. He will find him. And he will kill him. So, when they remake this movie, and I seem to recall someone is remaking this movie, I'm sure they'll hire Liam Neeson. Because why not? Let's see, how far should I go in describing this movie? I would recommend it. It's a good movie. So, here's a quick setup. So, serial killer kills a bunch of people, chops them up. Fiancé of one of the victims says, oh no, you didn't, and takes a 2-week leave from work to hunt this guy down and kick his arse. Now, that sounds like a movie. It's a procedural, and let's track down the killer of my beloved and break my foot off in his rear. Yeah, he finds him at like the 45-minute mark. It's like, oh, there's almost 2 hours left of the movie to go. Where are we going from here? Well, if you don't want to know, stop the video. I'll see you tomorrow. This guy is not interested in really bringing him to justice or just finding him and killing him. He's just going to stalk this guy and make his life damn miserable. He finds him attacking victim number whatever this is, and just beats the ever-loving crap out of him, and force feeds him a tracking pill so that he always knows where he is. So he just ends up following him around and just kicking his ass. It's pretty great. Of course, things go sideways, and, well, watch the movie. But it's actually kind of interesting because he gets the police chief because the victim was his daughter. Um, and this guy is some type of a Secret Service agent, so he knows how to, handle himself in a fight. Um, the police chief is like, here's the four main suspects that we're looking at. They've been arrested for this kind of thing before. So, you might think, okay, so he's going to so the movie's going to be him investigating who, if any of these four are the killer, and no. He just takes the first one, kicks down his door, and smacks him in the balls with a pipe wrench. Yeah! Then the second guy just knocks over with his car and just beats the crap out of him. And the fourth guy got away clean because the third guy happens to be the main guy. This guy has no finesse or subtlety. Nope, pipe wrench to the balls. Some fun performances, some nice gore. I Saw the Devil. I recommend it. Oh, while we're here, I just wanted to say that, like pretty much every night, I cooked dinner for two. And all that implies. Yep. It's exactly what you're thinking. I eat a lot of food.